My name is Bill Chadwick. I'm an attorney based in Washington, D.C. I was a prosecutor in Philadelphia for 16 years. I was the first assistant around the DA's office there. I was the acting DA for a period in 1991. I was Bob Casey's Inspector General when he was governor of Pennsylvania, and I was counsel to Tom Ridge when he was governor of Pennsylvania. I then moved to Washington, and I've been running a private consulting firm doing this sort of investigation for much of the last 20 years. After Marty got this letter back in February, he contacted me to help facilitate his cooperation with the Safe Sport investigation. He'd already been contacted by women who've been contacted by the Safe Sport investigator to say, we got this crazy call from an investigator with these allegations. So we talked to Marty. Marty, of course, denied it. We talked to the women. They said this is preposterous. It never happened. These are lies. We asked them to execute affidavits. They executed affidavits, swore to them, and had them notarized. We contacted Safe Sport. The letter, by the way, from Safe Sport said, we will be contacting you shortly for an interview. We contacted Safe Sport and said, we're ready for the interview anytime you want. And by the way, have you talked to the women? And the investigator said, yes, we have. And we have nothing at this point. And we have no basis to interview Marty because we have nothing. So over the course of the last 6 months, repeatedly we've contacted Safe Sport, both the investigator who's based in Florida and has never been to Pennsylvania. As far as we know, he's a former Broward County deputy sheriff who is conducting whatever he's doing by email and telephone. In my world, investigators go out and knock on doors, but that didn't happen. So there's been nothing that looks like a professional investigation from my perspective. So we've contacted them repeatedly, and they keep telling us they have nothing to interview Marty about. They're not ready. There's no basis for it. And what that means simply, I mean, if you use a first grade example, if somebody goes to the teacher and says, Johnny hit Susie, and the teacher goes to Susie and said, did Johnny hit you? And she says no, it's the end of it. There's no basis to go to Johnny and say, Susie denies that you hit him. Did you hit him? It's nothing more